Can you really build an app with AI prompts alone? That's what a lot of AI tools promise these days, so I decided to try one out. I fed it prompts to rebuild my company's web app that our engineers spent hundreds of hours putting together. In this video, I'm going to show you the result and show you how AI app builders might fit into your workflow. Let's get started. This is XRay.Tools. It's an automation search engine where you can search whatever tool you're using now. So we could say Slack and maybe Zoom. Those two tools are XRay certified, and they're on a whole bunch of automation providers. So the real value of this tool is when I click on View Automation Abilities, you can see all of the triggers, actions, and searches available on every automation provider. That's pretty cool. If you're wondering where you should build an automation for Slack, in this case, it gives you all the information you need. And you can go directly to each automation provider's page that talks about Slack. So you can really see how it all works. But this took an engineer hundreds of hours to build. And I wanted to see if with these modern AI builders now, we could actually rebuild it in just a few days. So I opened up Lovable. Looking at the home screen here, you see Lovable.dev says idea to app in seconds. It's your superhuman full stack engineer. Now, I was very skeptical when I landed on this landing page because it says it can do a lot. But in just a few hours, I was able to prototype a real automation search engine that actually pulled from a database. Now, I'm not even writing any code. You can see here on the left that I went back and forth with this AI in a bunch of different messages to try to get this connected to my Supabase, which is a no-code database application that's similar to Xano or MySQL. Supabase is really a super scalable database, and Lovable.dev connects directly to Supabase. So let's actually give it a try. If I search Slack here, boom, I am shown Slack and Slackbot. You can see all of the different triggers, actions, and searches, and you'll notice that I added 13 different automation providers. There's new automation providers all the time, so I wanted to not only incorporate the ones that we already had, like Zapier and Make, but also add some new ones like Pipedream and Tray and Unito, or even Parabola, Lindy, Bardeen, Relay, and Flowwise. These are all different like AI-based automation workflow builders, so there's a lot of nuance here, and we're trying to make XRay.Tools better. So I can go ahead and click inside of Slack, and I'm shown all of the different integrations on these tools. Now, it's not perfect. So a product is only as good as the data you give it. In this case, in IFTTT, there's a bunch of abilities that don't really look very good, and they kind of don't make sense. Like, notify new Twitter followers is not a Slack ability. Email a message to Slack is an ability. Daily post about Fitbit doesn't really make sense. So it's not perfect, but it's a really good prototyping tool. And I can even click on View Integration, and it takes me directly to, in this case, Parabola's page about Slack. I was even able to have it say, here's some confetti. That's something that I personally just think is so fun. Am I gonna replace a full stack engineer with this chat-based developer? Probably not. But is it gonna be the fastest way to go from a piece of text to a functioning prototype? It just might be. Lovable is extremely good at going from 0 to like 0.6 or 0.7. It's not gonna be perfect, but it's gonna be a really good prototype. And if you're trying to do things that are technical, it's gonna fall short. But if you're trying to do things that are aesthetic, that you're just trying to show visually, and you want to talk about the way that something should look, it's going to be able to build something with code based off of a description that you give it. So things that are aesthetic, like confetti, or the way a border should look, or the way that some different elements on the screen should be visually arranged, Lovable is going to be really good for that. And if you're a dev, you can just copy and paste that. That's going to be way easier than trying to translate a Figma diagram by hand. But at the end of the day, I would still consider this to be a prototyping tool. This is not going to be production ready for anything that's really meaningful. You're still better off using Softer or using a low code or no code builder to build an interface for something, as opposed to being completely reliant on the AI prompt to actually generate usable code. If you don't know how to code and you don't know how to modify code, I would stay away from these tools like Lovable or Bolt.new. They would be really great to prototype, but you'll quickly find that your hands are tied when it comes to getting it that last mile to try to make it actually usable. Something that you can actually publish publicly that could be useful for your audience. It's just not going to get there yet. We'll check back in 6 months and see. But right now, stick with a no-code builder and the limitations that come with that, because you will be able to get to a good point where you can finally click publish at the end of the day. If this video helped you out, give us a like and subscribe to the channel for more AI and automation tips, tutorials, and news every week. You can also follow me and my company XRay by searching XRay Automation on nearly every social media platform. For now, I've got to go. Until next time, find your focus and stay in flow.